Where's my partner in crime? Where is she?
I'm worried of where we parked our van in the car park. It's going to bother me all day.
So actually, on that note, I actually reckon most people who do the Ruta del Cares spend the whole route worrying about where they've parked, because the amount of... I had wanted to park at a particular spot. Nicola wanted to park at a different spot. We chose Nicola's spot.
And then I realised that Nigel had picked the best spot, but by that point, another van.
You kind of sit about and you just look at people who are parking up as well in vans, and they're having exactly the same conversations. And there was one green van in particular, very nice looking inside.
And they'd parked really well.
Really well. But then they decided to move, and I think it was this is not being sexist.
It was
the woman had said, and then they're not in a very
we
good
were like,
place
oh,
now.
that's not good, that's not good.
But everyone who drove in, you can just see, now it's at 8 o'clock this morning, just FYI, the little tiny car park down by the funicular where the route starts was full. So if you do come here, it is worthwhile parking there were a few vans down here parked overnight. You're not allowed to, but 2k away from here is the little urine stained car park that we talked about last night. But it does mean that you can get down here. We get down here about 7 o'clock, and we're able to get breakfast, get chilled.
You could get the optimum space if you don't listen to me.
You could.
At 7 o'clock.
But I reckon what we're going to do, given the fact it is only 8:20, we're going to go into this little cafe, grab a cafe con leche grande and a PP grande also. What I love is whenever people walk past and then we go, where's the screen? Who are they filming? We're filming us. Right, coffee time.
And fingers crossed for us, the van's still in one piece when we get back. Otherwise,
she's banned from talking about the van. Right. Well, guys, we didn't record anything shortly after leaving the cafe because the lady in the cafe was relatively rude.
And I got a bit upset.
Must eat, no drinks, must eat. So we wandered on.
Huffing.
Huffing and puffing. So the Ruta del Cares, the first part of it, it's mostly flat, but the first part of it, probably the first K or so, is uphill, 500 metre climb. So we have just done that.
Don't look over the edge while you're doing it.
And I think
I'm quite glad. Well, we'll see what the next part of the route is, but I'm glad we're not running it. Although we have seen a few runners.
I'd love to be running it. Yeah, so the rest of this now route into Cain is relatively flat, a little bit up and down, with some interesting drops down the left-hand side, I reckon. So
I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a fear of heights, which is worrying. I never used to, but I am getting a bit nervous now. So
we just got to keep doing it then. Just got to keep doing it. So, and when we get to Cain, we're going to go and visit our little man.
We're going to kill all the flies. Sorry.
Either or. We'll either go and have coffee or kill all the flies. Right, let's wander on. Mostly on the flat, but with interesting side drops. All good? Halfway point on the way out, and you get a little goat wash. I think that's part of the service, part of the free service. This path is fantastic. Nicola's just gone to photograph the goats crossing the bridge. But no, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, a dog on the route. No perro. we just had to take evasive action as the goats came charging to us. They're looking for protection because they know that I'm their salt master. Yeah, I was getting a good lick from a goat there. But yeah, that's why they say don't bring goats on the trail. Don't bring goats on the trail. Don't bring dogs on the trail. You can bring your goat if you want, I guess. But this is stunning, absolutely stunning. And I reckon it's going to be nicer on the way back because a lot of the views that we're turning our back on here are in harsh sunlight, and they'll hopefully have a lot more contrast on the way back. But it is such a beautiful route. You enjoying it yet?
Apart from Goat Gate there, it was a bit scary.
It was a bit scary.
Because they were coming towards us, and it's not a very wide path. I was clinging to the wall.
I turned around and there was 3 goats running towards us, and Nicola was up against the wall like he's here. Attack of the goats!
Over the edge.
How you doing?
I was okay until I saw this thing hanging literally over the cliff
Looks
edge.
like we're in a bit of an overhang area,
A
but
wooden thing, I think.
it should be fun and games. So we reckon we're just over halfway, well, halfway to the halfway point, if that makes sense. So, are you enjoying it?
Sort of, yeah.
We had a little bit of a feast of.
Hola.
Buenos dias. We had a little bit of a feast of pasta, which is always good. Little tip I learnt from doing my ultra running, rather than having just sandwiches, get yourself some pasta on the go. So shall we carry on
I
then?
was just watching this couple of runners running.
Oh, we should be trail running.
Yeah.
Some lovely footage of the trail runners running through. Nice low angle, big low wide angle. And then one of them completely just broke down. He buckered up his knee. Oh, long way back, buddy, long way back. Looks like we're climbing a little bit again. As I said at the start of the path, it's a 500 metre climb up, and then it's mostly down or flat, quite stony, quite rocky. Nicola's just wearing her walking shoes. I'm wearing my trail running shoes, which got a little bit more grip. I would say that if it was wet, the stones would be pretty slippy because they're already well worn with so much footfall. Because if I haven't mentioned this before in this vlog, this is one of the more popular routes to do in the Picos. In fact, I think it's the most popular route to do in the Picos. Alright, so this path is getting interesting again. Let's have a little bit of fun. You're alright over there.
I went and looked over the edge and I actually did an involuntary whimper.
Well, that's us at halfway, guys. Yay! In Cayenne, which is where we were a couple of days ago after we had done the other half of the hike down. Now, I didn't show you a lot of Cayenne that last one, so I'll put a little bit of B-roll in of Cayenne, the little mountain village, before we chow down on something, have a cold drink, maybe even a coffee, maybe even a beer, and then make our way back. We reckon it's about 7-ish miles, and it took us with
we stopped for 10 minutes, so walking time 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah. So, right, let's hit Cayenne, the party mountain central of the world. Cheers. I guess I'm going to have to record this little bit as we leave Cayenne because someone's in
Fridge magnets!
robbing fridge magnets by the looks of things. Anyway, back to me. So we have just finished in Cayenne. Bit of refreshments, as you can see. And then we headed down to the little river to have our lunch, well, have our second lunch after the pasta. And befriended a dog that liked to play with stones, but also liked to eat stones. And I had to quickly look up the words for, please dog, don't eat all the stones. Mucho, mucho veto. So now Nicola's just in robbing the shop for fridge magnets, and then we're going to make our way back. I don't think there'll be as many stops on the way. We're just going to slowly trundle back, and I reckon it'll be about 3 hours, so that'll take us probably till about 4:20. So, and then we're not quite sure what we're going to do this evening, but that's a whole different story. So for now, we shall leave you with a little bit of footage as we wander back through the Ruta del Cares from, see, when she leaves me, I got lost with the names, from Cain to Poncebos. And I really hope that after all the Ponceboses we've said in this footage, it is pronounced Poncebos and not Poncebos. Well guys, that's us back at the top of the sort of climb back up again. It's now about a 1.5 mile clamber down to Poncebos, and it is very hot. There's been zero shade whatsoever. It's been good to do though. Good to do.
Probably the worst bit for me coming back, because I don't like the downhill bits that are steep, so we may take a little bit longer going down that bit.
Which means I may run ahead and go for another beer. But
he has given me his mandarin, so
I have.
all is forgiven.
I give you my mandarin, I give you my cherry. Well, we're going to take on some water before the dander down. But it must be, especially in the canyon where the sun just bakes down, I would say it's at least 26 today. I think it said it was going to get over that, so. But it's been a really good walk to do. And we're glad that we didn't also want to do bullness today, or bullness today, because I think that'll be a bit too much. But right, water, down to the van.